You can actually find this on Amazon.com. I got it from a different website, but I saw that you can actually get it on Amazon.com. Basically, you type in testosterone in Amazon and search, and it'll probably come up with a couple different creams, and it'll look a lot like this label, but it's like a weird salmon pink color. Like the gold is for men and the salmon pink is for women. Oh yeah, about the testosterone that I am getting. Um, I am getting testosterone enanthate instead of cypionate. But don't worry. I actually did the research, and this actually came from the gender outlaw trans guy. I forget your name. I'm sorry. Um, but this actually came from his website. The differences between cypionate and enanthate. There actually are almost no real differences that you can tell when using them. Like chemically, there's a couple differences. They're very, very, very tiny. Um, so tiny that here in the physical world, they do not matter. It still lasts 2 weeks. You still use the same dosage. It still does the same thing. There's no complications. The only real difference between the two and why you see cypionate instead of enanthate in almost every trans guy's video is because cypionate is usually prescribed in America. Outside of America, enanthate is used. Enanthate is like everywhere except America. Cypionate is pretty much only in America. You almost never see cypionate outside of America. So that's the only difference in that I could find that actually matters in the real world. So it's the exact same shit practically. It'll do the exact same thing, use the exact same dose. The only difference is I have never seen any trans guy who lives in the US using enanthate. But when you're ordering off a European site, I mean, well, actually, the site that I ordered off of had cypionate too, but they were out of stock. And it was the only fucking site that I could find that took a credit card or debit card. Um, so yeah, it was ridiculously frustrating. But I finally got it, and I'm going to be having 7.5 months worth of testosterone delivered to me. And in that time, I'm hoping that I will be able to find a decent job so that I can save up, get my letter, and go to my doctor and get a legal prescription for this. Because I really, really, really do not want to stay on testosterone illegally for very long. There's just too many complications that could possibly happen. I mean, I'm going to be as careful as I can with this. I'm even going to test it before I inject it to make sure it's real, which is very easily done, by the way. You just take an itty bitty tiny little bit and you put it on your yeah, that down there. A lot of trans guys actually do that after they're shot. They'll take the tiniest little bit that's left in the syringe and they'll put it down there and it makes it bigger. Um, for the people who don't have, I think it's DHT cream or something. There's some kind of cream out there that people use to make it bigger. I forget what it is. I think it's DHT cream. Um, but I've heard a lot of trans guys do that and it gets bigger and it's very, very, very noticeable. So I'm going to take the tiniest little bit and put it down there, and if it gets bigger, then I know it's real. If not, I was screwed $100 or $150. um, Hopefully it's real. And I've been researching how to inject myself, and my friend Tara, who is now training to become a nurse, will be monitoring and possibly administering my shots. Because she's kind of iffy about it right now because I got it online, and she doesn't want to be responsible for killing me. So, plus I'd have to train her how to do the shots because she doesn't want to accidentally hit a vein and pump my veins full of testosterone and really kill me. So I've been researching the hell out of all this. I know how to properly give shots. I know what to take. I'm putting myself on 25 milligram shots every week for the first month and 50 milligram shots every week for every month then on out. And then if I'm suffering any kind of like low or high testosterone levels, there you go. That was the word I was looking for. Then I will adjust my dose accordingly because I know like the symptoms for low and high testosterone. Oh, I do not recommend any trans guy under the age of 18 um, doing hormones um, illegally mostly because I have seen way too many trans guys who are under the age of 18 flip flop. Like they think they're trans one minute and then they don't think they're trans and then they think they're trans again and then they start identifying as a female again and then they just don't fucking know what the hell they are. And really, especially for the younger ones like 14, 15, just no. Don't please do not try to take testosterone illegally too early on. I mean, I know it's awesome when you catch it younger and you could possibly have a normal male body, but it's just not worth the risk if it is indeed a phase. Now, if you're a younger trans person and you've actually been through therapy and they've diagnosed you as trans, then that's really your call. But I wouldn't suggest anybody under the age of 18 who hasn't been professionally evaluated to try and do hormones illegally. Plus, I mean, your parents are really gonna find out. Your parents are gonna find out. And that's gonna be bad. Because your voice usually starts cracking within the first 2 weeks. That's something a parent's going to notice. So definitely wait until after you're 18. Now, if you have awesome parents and you can go through everything legally under 18, go for it. That would be fucking awesome, and I wish I could have done the same. But anybody who is out of options like I am, and you're wanting to do it illegally until you can do it legally, and you're over the age of 18 and have been professionally evaluated, then if you want help on trying to get hormones, I don't mind helping you. Just remember all of the complications that comes with it. I mean, you got to do so much research because there is a couple types of testosterone out there that are addictive and harm your body and are really only for bodybuilders to use. And you have to know the dosages because I mean the normal trans guy dose of testosterone is smaller than a teaspoon of worth of testosterone, and um, to put it in perspective, a trans guy, a bottle about that big of 1 milliliter of testosterone will last a whole month. For a bodybuilder, they inject at least one of those a day, if not two. And some of them, they could inject up to 10 of those bottles a week. Um, that's how vastly different they are. I don't think there's too much more that I want to talk about. Yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything. So, Wolfgang out.